Welcome to Fight for Life, a pro-life radio show discussing the ministry of First Choice Pregnancy Services here in Las Vegas. I'm Deborah, board member and executive director of First Choice Pregnancy Services.
And I'm Jessica, logistics specialist at First Choice Pregnancy Services.
We are ambassadors for the unborn. Welcome to the show.
And welcome, everybody. This is Ken Wilson, and I'm with Rebecca from First Choice, and we have a great show for you today. We're going to be interviewing the beautiful Lydia, Dominguez, and she is running for Clark County School Board District B.
Yes, thank you.
And we're going to find out why she's running, who she is, and how she's going to defeat every single opponent. It's not even going to be close, and it's going to be awesome. But before we do that, Rebecca, we've got to talk about First Choice. We've got a memorial coming up. We've got a banquet coming up. We got stats. We got everything. So tell us what's happening at First Choice.
I'm so excited to be here today to share all of these exciting stats and all these exciting upcoming events. So first of all, from June 23rd through the 29th, we have done 72 pregnancy tests, 46 ultrasounds. We are super busy and just loving it. We are having so many amazing stories come through First Choice, even last week. So I also want to let you guys know and ask you to join us, invite you guys to this empowering event. It's honoring our forgotten babies. This is our third annual memorial for June 29th from noon to 2 p.m. It's across the street from First Choice at Iglesia Cristiana Fuego del Espíritu Santo. The address is 890 East Sahara Avenue. We look forward to seeing you. For more information, you can go on fcpschampions.com. and you will find more information on that. It's a healing and awareness, an unforgettable event. And we did choose a scripture for this event based on the Lord is close to the brokenhearted. He rescues those whose spirits are crushed. It is a time of healing for the post-abortive, a time of remembrance and an honoring of the Lord. So that is based on Psalm 34:18. And of course, that's across the street from First Choice. And we look forward to seeing you there. And I'd also like to do a shout out for an amazing event at the Palace Station coming up June 22nd, Imago Day, from 8 to 4. For more information on that event, you can go on imagodayconference.com. And again, that's June 22nd. Also, I've heard we had questions and we have people asking about our upcoming banquet this year, October 4th, the Westgate. Be there. We're going to have tickets on sale probably in a month or so. We don't have an exact date. We don't have the speaker, so this is going to be exciting. I know people are waiting, and it's going to be great. So, that was all.
That was it?
Yeah, that was it.
But is that all that's going on at First Choice? That's a lot. And for those of you who don't know, maybe you're listening and you say, "What First Choice? What is that?" The First Choice is a crisis pregnancy center, a pregnancy help center, a free clinic, a medical clinic for women who are pregnant and they need some help. Maybe they're thinking about abortion, maybe it's adoption, maybe they just need some help. Maybe they want to make sure that they're pregnant. Who knows? You can give First Choice a call and seek some help, get some counseling if you need it, whatever it is. And there's nurses, staff, doctor on staff. I mean, it's just a wonderful place. And give them a call. Their number, 702-294-CARE. That's 702-294-2273. First Choice Pregnancy Services, whom we love and is the sponsor of this show.
Wow, nice.
So, Lydia.
Yes.
You are running for Clark County School Board District B. Now, they say trustee. Why are you called a trustee?
I know they call them different things around the nation, but here in Clark County, it's a trustee. They should call it probably school board member, but yeah.
That's just we're putting your trust. My kids are in your care. We're trusting you.
As far as not even as a stakeholder, I'm a trustee. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So you're in this fight because you have children that are in school.
Yeah, I just so my oldest just graduated. I'm so excited. He was in Arborview, and so now I only have one kid in school in CCSD.
But yeah, I have both my kids had gone here, and we've been here for about 5 years, and I've just been watching and just been horrified of what's going on here.
Right, right. Okay, so give some folks a little bit about your background. Now, obviously, you've been a resident of Clark County now for Las Vegas for 5 years?
Yes, for 5 years. Yeah.
And during that time and before that, you were also
Yes, I was in the Air Force, so I was stationed out here at Creech.
I almost said airman, but you can't say airman.
Yeah,
you had to
I
say
am an airman.
airwoman.
No,
okay, here we
don't-
go. We're already making mistakes.
I'll correct you. It's okay. If you called a Marine a soldier, or
Oh no,
if you
my
called
sister
a
would kill me.
Marine-
She's a lieutenant colonel.
So you don't call an airman an airwoman.
No, I learned that very quickly.
I am an airman. Yes, so I served for 10 years, and I'm very proud of my service. And that brought me here to the Las Vegas area. I was here at Creech Air Force Base for 3 years.
Wow.
And then I got out, and then I just stuck around. And so I enjoyed my time, and obviously I have my 2 kids, and being a mom has been one of the things that just drives me in everything I do. They're my legacy. And I'm also an author. And so that's just in 2020, I just sat down, wrote a book, and got it published. And
Well, what's our book? We
know.
gotta plug
Yeah.
the book, don't we?
It's called Don't Turn Back. It's a girlfriend's guide through domestic violence, and just trying to help women come through that time. And I went through a lot of things in my life, and one of the things was domestic violence, and I wanted to sit down and write about it.
Wow, that is a whole nother show that we should do.
It is, and it's almost a Christian viewpoint too. So I kind of give this is my views, and this is how I struggled as a Christian woman, separating from somebody who was going through domestic violence. And I know we can talk more about that, but
yes,
it gives a Christian viewpoint. So check that out.
That is awesome. Give them the name of the book one more time.
Don't Turn Back.
Don't Turn
Lydia
Back. Go look that up
Dominguez.
on Amazon.com and get
Yeah.
yourself a copy. Maybe we can get it signed.
Yeah.
And how good is that? Wouldn't that
I'll
be
bring
awesome?
you a copy.
Well,
Yeah.
that would be
we'll
awesome.
have to come back.
That would be awesome. So, okay.
Lydia, I did have a question. How did you get involved with politics and actually your experience as well?
Yeah. So when COVID occurred, before that, I had given my life to Christ, and I had even changed the way I voted, and I had changed parties. It was amazing. But before COVID, I just thought my civil duty was to vote, and that was all I did. And then when COVID occurred, I got out of the house, and I yanked my kids off of the computer screen. I closed the laptops and said, we're going to go, and we're going to go to protests. We're going to go to rallies, and we're going to start helping these candidates that are going to be able to change the nation, change our county. And we started door knocking together and volunteering together. And then, so that started everything. And then we helped again in 22. We kept going and going to organizations like Turning Point Action, and
Awesome.
and getting involved in that stuff. And so and then in 22, I actually joined a committee. And the committee, it's called the Attendance Zoning Advisory Committee with Clark County School District.
That sounds important.
It is. It's actually the ones that design the lines for what kid goes to what school and what neighborhood. And so we make classroom sizes smaller. And I felt like, wow, after serving on this committee for 2 years, I felt like I was making a difference. And that's why I joined and got into the political world of we can make a difference if we just start joining these committees and start taking back these positions.
That's
Great,
awesome.
yeah.
That's awesome. Well,
I love that.
that launched you then. I mean, obviously, you're already involved, and so now here comes an election cycle. And but I mean, it's one thing to serve on a little committee. This is making a difference.
Yeah.
But then come vote for me.
Yeah.
I mean, how does that leap occur?
Yeah. So in 22, helping all of these, we were helping so many candidates, and I had expanded my brain to learn how to do websites and learn how to do graphics and learn how to do, I know how to write as being an author. And so I was writing their platforms and the bios and learning how to do marketing and media and all this stuff to help these candidates. And it got me so involved in being able, I can do this. And so when it came around, I jumped in, and I was more than happy to step aside if there was anybody that I thought that is more involved than I am. And there are plenty of people, but there was nobody that involved in my race that was as involved as I was. And so I decided to jump in, and I haven't looked back. I designed all of my own graphics, all of my own media. Everything you see on Instagram, I've done it, or with the help of someone else. If someone has, I think there's one video someone else did help me with. But my website, I did that on my own, and the phone number on my website. You can call me directly.
Wow.
And yeah, it's all me. And so me and my kids, we're still door knocking. We're door knocking for me, and they help me, and they're my biggest advocates. They probably are my campaign managers because they always give me a briefing afterwards on what I did
Nice.
wrong. So they let me know.
So if you're listening now, Mom's doing a great job,
Yeah,
by the
thank
way.
you.
So,
Yeah.
so when you were it's one thing to run for a school board, but I mean, what are you hoping to influence, change? I mean, is there problems that you see
Yeah.
in the school board? I mean, there's some
Yeah.
that have some really big issues with some of the
We do.
directions that our school boards are taking us.
Yes, and I hope your listeners take this in, is that this election cycle, we have such an opportunity. There are 4 seats open, so this board will be changing. There's only one incumbent running, and so we are changing the dynamics of this board, hopefully for the better. I do not want to be by myself 6-1 up on that board. The county that I'm in is very conservative, and they are high voter turnout. But I'm looking at going and helping the other candidates to get in, so that way I'm not up there by myself. One of the things that we want to do, among the many things, is bringing back parents. So they've cut out parents out of the video, out of public comment, so you can't see anymore visually.
We've seen that.
Yes,
seen
so
that
you
happen.
can't see the public comment anymore. So I want to bring that back in right away. That's against the law. We are going against public hearing, and so we need to be in compliance with the law. The other things I want to do that I might not be able to do, but I want to do an audit of our media, of our audio, and all of our books, our literary books that we have available to our kids. There is a lot of things going on as far as our pornographic materials that are in there that's gone graphic. It's not even just kissing. It's not just, oh, I met this guy. It has gone into visual graphics. It's gone into media as far as even it's in the middle schools. It's in the elementary schools. And now we have things that got me involved with CNN 10. And CNN 10 is a version of CNN that's marketed towards kids. It's song and dance. And it's the same thing. They're showing it in 5th grade to 10th graders. And it's fear-mongering. It's flat-out fear-mongering. And these kids continue to watch CNN all the way up until high school. And then they trust CNN when they come out into the universities. And if I can't remove CNN, I'd like to balance it out with some PragerU. I would honestly like
That would
to.
be awesome. That would be awesome.
I would honestly, if I cannot remove that, I would like to balance it. If you play CNN, then you must play 10 minutes.
We need
of
equal
PragerU.
time. We need equal time out there in the media, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
I think
excellent.
that's the only way to balance these things out. If we must have these pornographic books, and we must have the Bible in the book. There must be more things that we have to do to balance things out. Some of the things that's going on with the sex education courses, where they're bringing in more pleasure into sex and more so many other graphic things as far as sex that are not necessarily biological. One of the things I was talking to the First Choice Pregnancy Center was maybe we should bring you guys in as far as to describe what is an abortion, because Planned Parenthood has such a hold on the sex education.
Absolutely.
If I can't remove any of that things, then I like to balance it out with showing what are the choices, because everybody says they're pro-choice, but then it's not really giving you the choice. It's just giving you one choice. So I definitely like to have them
Absolutely.
come in and be on the committees. And one of the things I hope your listeners do is that get involved in these committees. That is so much power. They have parts for pastors. They have parts for teachers, for parents to be on these committees and be in your schools. Ask how am I able to be on the SOT? It's a school organizational team. How can I be on that board to be in control of your school's financial decisions as a school? So we need to get people involved, and you can't just roll over and give up. We need to keep fighting.
There you go. That is from an airman, a veteran,
Yes.
right? And she said, we got to keep fighting. You better go do it. We're speaking with Lydia Dominguez, who's running for Clark County School Board District B. And we have to get her elected for the children.
Absolutely.
Literally for the children.
Yeah. If you turn my flyer over, that's the reason why I do it, is my kids right there.
Aha.
I had my son at 16 and my other son at 19, and it was a tough time. I mean, as a teen mom, it wasn't easy, and I had plenty of administrators and teachers tell me to go have an abortion, and it was my own stubbornness that said I want to do what I want to do, and I'm not doing that. And it was tough. It was really tough, and I think programs like the First Choice Pregnancy Center and just having people that have that like-mindedness and that grace, those people are the people that help me through my situation. I unfortunately didn't have a center where I lived in Texas, but I had people with that heart, that love, and that was able to say, you can do this. It's going to be tough. It's not easy, but you can get through this. And so...
Yeah, so as you know, First Choice, you just came from a tour. Thank you for showing up for that. That was awesome. But we're on this battle. Like we're battling on the front lines every single day, fighting for that baby. So we are so thankful that you can join us in that battle. We do need more battle buddies to help us win, especially all the stuff that's going into legislation and all of that. So we really want to partner with people that are...
It's hard. A lot of people, they've worked really hard on the state to have that pro-choice mindset. And I think that you guys are equally working as hard. These babies are worth saving, and giving kids a death sentence is not the way to fix the problems in our society. And so these kids, we need to fight for these children.
Yes,
absolutely.
Every day.
When have you heard that from a candidate? I mean, you just don't hear it. Now, if it was a perfect world.
Sure.
And Lydia, you win your seat.
Yeah.
Who would you like to see sitting right next to you?
Man.
Is there anybody, or are you just a lone wolf?
Yes. No. So here's the thing. So with my seat, since it's a nonpartisan seat, if I get 51% of the vote, I need you to go out and vote, is I will not have to politic or electioneer for the rest of the campaign. I win. And if I can do that, then I can focus on helping the other seats, because I refuse to be up there by myself and fighting against these activists. So my intention is to go and help other candidates like Lorena Biasotti,
we
Rachel.
love her, by the way.
Yes. We love Lorena. We love Rachel, Frank and friends. And, these candidates are just people that are, getting into the scene, getting into politics, but they have the heart of gold. They just want to be focused on their kids. Rachel's a teacher. She wants to help teachers and be more safe. I mean,
Rachel, what's her last name?
I can never pronounce her last name. It's Pinoa.
Okay.
I apologize.
You know
it's
what
a
district?
Pacific
You know what
Islander.
district?
It's a District A. That's the
District
Henderson area.
Okay.
It's Rachel. And she's the only conservative in her race. There is no other conservative.
Henderson, are you
race.
listening?
Henderson
Rachel
needs to wake up.
P. However we pronounce the last name.
I do apologize, Rachel. She's told me.
Well, we
got to
get her on the air. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
No, Rachel's awesome. She's a teacher, and she's still a teacher, and she's still fighting for the kids there in the classroom, and she's just trying to do the right thing for her county and for her school district. And she's one of the teachers that hasn't give up and just rolled out and gone to a private school.
Wow, well, and that's important, because that's what's happening. That's really what's happening. I see a lot of teachers who have just said, you know what, I'm fed up, I'm done. This agenda, I can't escape it. They're making me do this, or the kids have to do that, and it's driving me crazy. I'm going to a private school. I'm bailing.
Yeah.
Right.
And the problem is that the vast majority of Las Vegans and folks in Henderson, Boulder City, they cannot afford a private school for their children.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're
Yeah.
talking about the next generation,
Yeah.
right? We're talking about our next generation. So there has to be people like Lydia and Lorena and the rest
Important.
that are fighting for our children. And these are even if you have a child that's in private school, you have to vote these folks in for it's like a civic duty, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to get them in. And you know what? Wouldn't it be wonderful if we had a Clark County school district that we could trust, that had an agenda that we didn't have to worry about if they're reading pornography or anything else, or if they're secretly getting an abortion without parents' knowledge? We don't have to worry about stuff like that. Wouldn't that be wonderful?
Absolutely.
Wouldn't it?
That'd be
Yeah.
great.
Right? And that's what we can have that. But we have to put the people. We can't just say, "Well, it's just all terrible," and we can't, because there's a lot of Christians out there that won't vote.
Yeah.
They just said, they throw up their hands and said, "I'm done."
Yeah.
Right.
And we can't
we
do
all
that.
can't go into the woods and hide. Like there's not enough room for us all in the woods.
Into
So
the
we
woods.
got to stand here and fight. That's a lot of
Yes.
my veteran friends. I get that from them. They just want to go into the woods and just crawl away from society. And it's really hard, because it's like, I'm here fighting. I'm a single mom. I got 2 kids. I got laundry and dishes waiting for me at home. But I'm here fighting for everyone's kids. And I know Lorena's got 4 kids, and
Yeah.
she's still doing the dishes and making food and making sure everybody's dressed and ready to go for the day.
Right.
and we're all just here fighting for our kids. So it's really important you don't just vote, but you get on your phone and you text every single person on your phone list on your directory that says you need to vote for these 4 people: Lorena Biasotti, Lydia Dominguez, Frank and Friends, and Rachel for District A.
Rachel P.
Rachel
it's so
P.
out there
exciting.
in District
Yeah,
A.
it's so exciting to see all these awesome women fighting for the children. I mean, it just brings to mind Deborah Costello. She has 4 children, but she's been on the battlefield since she was 5 years old. So she is amazing as well. So she has things she has to do, but she doesn't get her eyes off of those babies, and making a difference is what she does. So
And we're called to do that. I mean, you know, we're Christians. I mean, it's not like that's right. There's not enough room in the woods. I love that.
I do love that.
There's not enough room. I mean, if you go and hide in the woods,
come out.
oh my goodness, you know.
No. If I can do it, if Lorena can do it, then you can get up on your phone and text and call your neighbors and everybody you know in Vegas to vote for us, because we need to change this county, and we have such an opportunity this election cycle.
And bringing hope. And that's what Lydia's doing. Lydia Dominguez, running for Clark County School Board District B. District B. So all you District B'ers out there, this is who you're voting for. And we're going to make a difference. We're going to get you elected.
Yeah,
and we're going to see some changes. Now, I'm going to tell you something that, I mean, it's not directly related, but, you know, I saw something where the school board in this particular town, and I don't remember where it was, but they were challenged by the mayor of that town. The mayor came in, and he said, because you have allowed pornographic material to children, you're in violation of state law, and all of you are fired. How awesome would that be? Because the material that's in not only a public library, but actually in the Clark County Schools District for our children is horrendous.
Yeah.
And there's no way to extract it from our kids' curriculum, unless we have people in power who can make these decisions. And that's why we have to vote Lydia
Very
in.
critical.
Yeah. We have to take back this county. We have to take back our schools. Even the way the county is, they try to split it up with it's called the SOTs, the school organizational team. They try to split it up by having, each individual school has control over their library. And so they have a library committee that reviewed and disapproved our request to get those books out of there. And so the Moms
they
for
voted
Liberty
to keep the horrible books in the school system.
Yeah, Moms for Liberty here in Clark County, Christine Mersch, they went and pushed to get these books out, and they have a librarian committee, and the librarian committee rejected the request. Even though the principal agreed and said these books are pretty graphic, those librarians are activists now. They want these books in there. They want to put the books in the front of where the kids are walking into. They want to have these books available, and so they're making it harder and harder for us to get them out. And so we need to revise the policy.
It's an evil agenda. That's horrible.
It's just horrifically evil, and unless we do something about it, it's going to continue, generation after generation being exposed to pornographic material, and with an agenda to have them, be more promiscuous before they even leave high school and grade school, which is not conducive to a civil society. I mean, you're just introducing more problems into society.
And just leads to destruction. Of course, the abortions would increase all of that. So all of it's just a spiral downward.
And for those who aren't aware, we've mentioned this before. Planned Parenthood, right? Because we're not big fans of Planned Parenthood, right? Number one abortion provider in the world.
I am so glad to announce I have not been endorsed by Planned Parenthood.
Well, that's a badge of honor, right?
Yeah.
But now Planned Parenthood has decided, we're going to get involved in the transgender movement.
Yes, yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. So now you have to worry. Now, part of the thing you have to worry about, do I have a 9-10-year-old little girl that's maybe playing baseball or sports? Do I have to worry about that there's some transgender male that's going to be in the locker room or playing there's so many things now that parents have to face, and it's coming through Planned Parenthood now.
Which shows, you have to follow the money, because once a child begins on that gender medicated process, they are a lifetime member now of that medication. And so it really shows that once they get that child on those medications, this is all about money. This isn't about a movement. This isn't about to help somebody who's lost and hurt and not feeling comfortable with their body. It's about getting these kids on that medication and getting money out of it. And so please go out and reach out to your neighbors and stuff, because this is expanding. This movement is on fire. It's running faster than we can handle. And we really need to get the community members out there.
And expose it, I guess, for what it is.
Right,
Definitely.
exactly. You know, who would have imagined that Planned Parenthood would then now just burst into the transgender ideology, scheme that's being foisted on our young people? And so this is what you need to do. You need to now. I have to put a disclaimer. First Choice cannot endorse and all right, so we cannot necessarily. But I love this person right here. So this is Lydia Dominguez running for Clark County School District, District B.
Absolutely.
Yes,
And that's
nice.
that's who you want to vote for, and for your look here. there is a website.
Oh, yeah. So my website is Dominguez, Dominguez, for the word, FOR, trustee, TRUSTEE.com. Please reach out and give me a call, give me an email, or shoot me some money out of here so I can keep running.
Money is king. So if you and your prayers.
Yes.
So
Oh my
you want to
gosh,
pray that God will bless the campaign, bless the workers, and make it happen. And are we out of time? I'm looking at the production manager. He's saying we're out of time. So, folks, thank you for being here with us. Lydia, God bless you. Rebecca. And
Thank you for having me.
thank you guys and God bless you as you fight for life.
Bye.
Thanks for joining your ambassadors for the unborn on the Fight for Life radio today and every Thursday on KKVV 1060 AM, the best news radio, the gospel airship.
If you'd like to support the cause of saving unborn babies, or if you have a question you'd like us to answer on the air, go to fcpsfriends.org or call us at 702-294-CARE. Again, that number is 702-294-2273.
On behalf of his little ones, thank you and God bless.